This is AMZN on Thursday, August 19th, 2021. So we got a lower high and a lower low. Inverted hammer on the daily here below the purple line now. We just continued down lower. So another day where we're below this hammer, and it definitely does not need to stop here. It can keep pushing down. This line around 3140 might be the next target here if we do really keep pushing. Today we had a little bit of a rally. So we pushed back up. We actually made kind of this double top shape. Um, One thing I was noticing, I thought might play out. Obviously, you have the double top, but you had kind of some higher lows in here, and then it came right into the 21 and rolled over. And at this point, this was so tight in here. It's like, okay, this could go either way, but this kind of squeeze and the momentum going down, this is probably going to break lower. And so, looking at the options, seeing what's going on, you got the same double top here. You have a lot of volume on this put, I'm sorry, on this call, 3250 call. You've got this kind of sideways action. Where's that? Right in here. This looks more like a double top with like a neckline here, and this not even retested, like it retested flat basically to that level. So this looks more like a double top with a rest here that should break lower. That was the shape. And then the put, the 3150 put that I'm looking at here, this was just so flat through here. You had some really light volume through here. And that was, so it barely moved up from the put, barely moved up from when we were here to when we were here. We're basically at the same price. And so I actually liked a put that was a little bit closer. I looked up the 3170 put to see where that was at. And for these puts, I didn't actually see, I didn't see the double bottom shape and then the retest. Like this, the RSI just kept going up. But what was really interesting is in this area, this is where I was looking. It's like, okay, if we get a dip in the RSI, I'll be buying here. What was really interesting is we came back to that same price over here, and it almost tagged the RSI below the low, the oversold area. This was still a great place to be getting in. You could have been setting this up to get in at 4 and a stop down at 3 and would have filled. And then for Thursday from 4, looking for a target of 8, that would have filled on this candle. If you were quick enough and confident that it could keep moving, I would have gone for an 8R target. I don't know that I would have moved it to 8R because this was coming right back into the open. So I think that would have been a really good target, keeping that at 8. And I would not have expected an 8R target of 12 to be hit with this little bitty move from here to here. It seems really small, but that's another reason to be looking at the 3170 put and not the 3150, which it would have had to move much further to be able to hit an 8R target. So I think I would have kept that at 4R. And that was the setup. All I needed was this to get a tiny bit lower, and I was ready to send that order. I had that all ready to go. I can recognize the opportunity. I was not in it. This moved up. I'm like, are we gonna get a pullback to 4? I think it's gone, and it was gone. I should have still gotten in here. I thought I was going to get wicked out. If I set up something here to get in like at 5 and a stop down at 4, I thought, okay, this will come back to 4 and it'll come back to this level again because it did it here. So I talked myself out of this, getting in here. Like, not to say I was talking myself out of chasing, because I guess it's an argument to say, yeah, I would have been chasing, but could have also gone to another strike a little further out and just gotten into that and looked for a smaller target. But this was a great trade here that I missed right off the 21, right through here. All we needed was, if the RSI dipped, that would have given me kind of that retest. I don't like when there's so much time in between this, but the fact that it held that same price level through here, I think that was key. So anyway, that was my miss on this, but it was a great setup. You just had some chop to the end of the day. It's nice to actually see some momentum, some actual movement happening. Midday like this, sometimes we just get some sideways sideways for like 4 hours of the day, and it just stays like range bound. We actually moved around a little bit more. We started down here, we moved up, we moved down. I like these kind of hammer days because it gives you some opportunities and to see some direction playing out. So there was times you could have been buying this bullish and then buying it bearish or shorting it bearish. I'm thinking buying. I'm always thinking buying options. So I'm like, buy it bullish, buy it bearish. Anyway, that's just how I'm thinking or explaining it. So hope this helps. This is just AMZN. Thanks.